everybody, welcome back to I Heart Cross Stitch. My name is Andrea and thank you for joining me today. I want to first say hi to all of my new subscribers and all of my returning subscribers. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. I also appreciate you watching my previous video. It was over an hour long. I never thought that I would ever make a video that was that long, and so if you watch the whole thing, I really appreciate it. I have a lot to show you today. I have a lot of whips. In my last video I mentioned that I had 10 whips now, and I have 11. I have 11 now, so kind of like my intention was to like decrease the amount of whips I have and not increase them, but it seems to be going in the direction that I'm not intending it to go, but whatever. It is what it is. Before I begin and to show you my whips, I just wanted to mention and thank some people that I've been watching on FlossTube. I would like to say hello and a big thank you to Allie's Stitching Studio, Half Stitch Cross Stitch, Corey Berry, Daily Stitcher, Emily C., I think she's also called Eclectic Possessions, Fiber Artsy, Karen Crafts, Obsessed Stitcher, Lindy Stitches, Little Yellow House Crafts, and Miss Oh So Crafty, and Darling Bluebell. If you guys have not watched any of these ladies' videos, I would highly recommend them. Darling Bluebell is a fairly new FlossTuber, and I really love her videos, and I love all of the whips that she's working on. So I would recommend that you check them out if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to get to my whips, and of course, as always, I'm going to start with Paris Market. Here we go. Put it like this so you can see it better in the light. I believe that the last time I made a video, I had just worked up until here. I was just beginning this building here, so now I have all of this done. So I made a lot of progress. The last video I made was in February, and today is April the 5th, so it's been like a month and a half since I've made a video. I wanted to make one at the middle of March, but it just wasn't a good time. My son was sick, and then I was sick, and I don't know about you guys that make FlossTube videos, but at least for me, I have to be in a certain kind of mind frame in order to make a video. I have to be ready for it mentally, and I just wasn't until now. Now I'm good. But so here's the progress that I've made on Paris Market. Like I said, I've done all of this greenery, and it might look like a lot of confetti stitching, but it's really not all that bad. And like I said, I've been working on this building. I'm just started the last column and a half, because as I mentioned in previous videos, I work in columns most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time, especially when it's a full coverage project like this, and there's a lot of confetti stitching, I tend to work in columns. So this is the last column and a half, so it's 15 stitches across. And then once I'm done with this, I will be done with this page, and I'll be able to start the bottom, and then I'll be done, and I will be so excited to have this finally done. But I love it. I love it. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to, let me see, where can I put this so that, right here. Okay. Now, my next whip I will show you is Blue Butterfly. And for the month of March, remember in my previous videos I mentioned that my rotation is for 3 days. like I work on a project for 3 days, then switch, 3 days, switch. For the month of March, I decided to switch up my rotation a little bit. I wanted to do something a little different, and for the month of March, I stitched on Blue Butterfly every Friday. So I forgot how many Fridays were in March, but it got worked on every Friday, and I was able to make a lot more progress on it than previously. Let me make sure I hold this right, because in the last time I showed this to you, I was holding it wrong, and there we go. There we go. That's how it should be. So I have a lot of parking. I'm doing a lot of parking on this one. So I believe that the last time I made a video, I had just gone up to here. I don't think that I had started any of this or this. So I done all of this, and I'm just starting this column. Once I'm done with this column, I will be done with this page. So I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying stitching this a lot more, working on it once a week. And I picked Fridays because Monday through Wednesday are really good stitching days for me. Thursday, not so much. I really don't get a lot of time on Thursdays to stitch, like maybe an hour or two tops. But on Friday, I really have a lot of stitching time. And so I can get a lot done on Fridays with this, because my husband doesn't come home from work until like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and he's just usually so exhausted coming home from work that we just stay home, you know. So Friday nights are usually stay-at-home nights, and order pizza or get something, you know, takeout or whatever, and just the boys and I watch movies, and I cross stitch, and we have a good old time. However, my 4-year-old son got a hold of my Kindle, and I don't know what he did. He was supposed to be doing abcmouse.com. I don't know what he did, but he completely wiped out everything off of my Kindle. He reset it to the original factory settings, and everything on my Kindle was like gone. Now I have, like, all of my books were saved in the cloud, my music and all of my apps were in the cloud, so I was able to bring all of that back. But everything that I had saved in my all of my PDF documents, they were gone. Never to be found again. Fortunately, I would say 3 weeks ago, I took some time and I emailed all of my PDF documents to myself so that I had a backup, and I'm so happy I did that. So Blue Butterfly did get erased, but I did email it to myself. So the lesson in that is, if you have not backed up all of your PDF documents in some other place other than your device or whatever, I would highly recommend you doing that, because you never know. You never know what might happen. So this will be my Friday project until it's done, most likely. I don't know about you guys, but I know some of you do this, some of you don't, but I keep a lot of my whips in pillowcases, and so I'm just wrapping that back up, and I will put it, let me put it here. I just don't want it to get dirty. Alright, so my next whip is Flowers in a Vase. I love this. I love this whip. I cannot. I love talking about it. I love looking at it. I love stitching on it. I love everything about this. And I've made a lot of progress on this since the last time I showed it to you, so I'm really excited about that. and I recently had a page finished, so now I'm working on one of the second pages. But it's not a full coverage design, so it's not like, you know, the second page is not going to take me that long because there's not much on it. But here we have, and I'm hoping to show, well, I'm just going to have to do it like this. Alright, so here we go, flowers in a vase. Now, the last time I worked on this, let's see if I can get it so that it will stay. Alright, so the last time I showed this to you, I had the flower completed in this area, and I think that I had this done, this beautiful orange flower here, and I was just starting, I think maybe I was just starting to go this way, or maybe, did I have this done? I don't remember. I don't remember, to be honest with you, if I had this done or not, but, so I came over and I made this beautiful flower, and oh, the camera is just not really pulling up the beautiful reds in that. I mean, the reds in that flower are just so, and the purple, these beautiful purple flowers, I wish you could see this for yourself. It's just, oh, these colors are just so, they're just so luscious. I love it. And I don't know if I've ever showed this to you. I think I might have in one of my first videos. But here are the colors for flowers in a vase. And here's where I put my little orts. I do have an ort jar that I use for some of my whips. But if I'm working on a project and it has this little bobbin box and I have an open thing, I just put my little bits in here, and every once in a while I empty it out. I don't save my little, I call them bits. I know some people call them orts. I call them bits, thread bits, I don't know. But anyhow, so here are the colors for that whip, and a lot of beautiful rich colors in there. And I also wanted to show you, in my previous video I mentioned that some of them were blended threads, and I just wanted to show you some of them really quick. And like this, well, you can't see that. I'm not going to show that one to you, but it's a mix of green and yellow. Let me see if this one will come up. This one is a mix of purple and brown. Can you see that? Is it focusing? It's not focusing, is it? Maybe. Let me do this. See if it'll focus then. Focus. No, it's not. Oh well. I tried. Sorry. But these blended threads, it's purple and brown, and light brown and dark brown, and really dark brown, medium brown. You can see that. And we have white and gold. Beautiful. I love stitching with this blended thread. And oh, this one is my favorite. It's black and green together. And sorry, you probably couldn't see that very well, but I wanted to show you. Maybe I can get close up here. Maybe, oh, I don't know if with the lighting you can see, but here, a lot of those are the blended threads. And where else are they? A lot in the, oh, definitely, well, there's a ton of blended threads in these green flowers. And then the green stem parts of the flowers, there's a lot of blended. So I know some people, like I said in my previous video, I know some people don't care for stitching with blended threads, but I really like it. Well, with this whip, I haven't had any kind of blended threads on any of my other whips, so I can't say that I would like it as much because I don't know. Excuse me, let me get a drink. Tea. I love tea. I drink unsweet tea. It's cold, it's iced tea, but it's not sweetened. I like my tea to taste like tea, not necessarily so sugary sweet. Alright, usually after I show Flowers in a Vase, I show Stitcher's Retreat, but I'm not going to do it this time because I'm taking part in the Haid challenge, where you have to stitch a whole page cross country. I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. And so I moved my Q-snap, and so right now, if I were to show it to you, it would just be blank, except for the little bit that I worked on over the weekend. But I do have an update. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my phone. 1 second. I hope that when you are watching this video, you are working on a wonderful project and you're having fun stitching away. And I am not going to be able to show it to you because I didn't save it. Did I save it? Maybe I saved it somewhere else. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared. If you follow me on, I have Instagram now. I didn't have Instagram before. And why is it asking me for that? Let's see if I can pull it up on my Instagram. I have Instagram now. I just got it a few weeks ago and I'm so excited. You can find me on Instagram at iHeartCrossStitch, and I am a total newbie at Instagram. I have no idea how to navigate Instagram at all, and so I've had to ask people to help me. Like, if I need to do this, what button do I need to press? And I have no idea. Oh, here we go. I don't even think that's it. I'm so sorry. I found it. Okay, thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can show you this picture that I took, and I posted it on Instagram, and you can't really see it very well, but I'm going to see if I can. Okay, so that is what my project looked like before I started a new page. And all of this, like I described in my previous videos, all of this is like partial page. And with the Haid challenge, you had to do a full page. And so I started right here, and I'm working down. So the page that's under page 1, well, actually it's not page 1, because I skipped the first 9 pages. So page 10 is actually my page 1. So whatever page is under page 10 is what I'm doing for the Haid challenge. So if I were to show you this right now, all you would see is just this blank green fabric with a little bit of progress made on it. And so I'm getting a lot more excited about this project. Doing this gray part was really hard for me, like I mentioned in my previous video. But the part that I'm working on now is the page below is a lot more interesting. So I'm kind of enjoying that more. And I will show it to you again probably when I make my video sometime in maybe at the end of June, because I have to have that page finished by June 15th. And so I worked out that I have to do 700 stitches a week to get it done in time. So I will show it to you again once it's complete. Alright, so now on to my other whips. I just need to make sure that I am not forgetting anything. And let me put that back before I forget it. Sorry. Okay, I'm not forgetting anything in here. Okay, well, actually, let me show you this. Alright, so this is my Paula Vaughn Russell. I love Fiber Artsy, and when she goes through her packages, and she was like, Russell, Russell, Russell Crowe. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard when she said that. I mean, I seriously. Okay, so like I mentioned before, all I have to do left in this is the back stitching, and last time I made a video, okay, so I don't even remember the progress I've made. I don't know, did I show you the French knots I did? This little flower vase called for some French knots, so I put that there. Got a French knot for the door. You see that? Oh, where is it? This vine right here has some lazy daisies. I don't know if you can see that. This is my first time doing lazy daisies. I did not like it. I would do a million French knots every day rather than have to do a million lazy daisies. I didn't care for it. I know some people like it, and that's cool. So if you like lazy daisies, I'm so happy for you. But I don't like them. And I'm glad that that's the only part of the project that calls for them. I think that the only progress I made really was in these flowers here. I'm trying to get, I really wish I could communicate to you the amount of backstitching that's required for these flowers. Like, see these, I don't know if you can see them, but there are these pink flowers and red flowers and white flowers. And each of them call for a different backstitch color. And what I did was, one day in March, it was a weekend, like, I think it was a Saturday, I said, okay, for this day, Saturday, whatever day it was in March, I worked nothing on but this project. And at the end of the day, my stitchy bug was ready to run away, far away from me, screaming its head off. So I decided there's no way I can dedicate a full stitching day. Like, usually Saturdays and Sundays I can put in a good amount of time stitching, but I can't do that with this project. So what I've decided to do is, this is going to be my Thursday project. I'm going to work on this on Thursdays, so it's going to get like an hour to 2 hours every week. And I think that with doing that, I will get at least some progress done every week, but I won't be spending so much time on it that it drives me insane. So I'm probably gonna be working on this for quite some time. So, or, you know, maybe once I get out of this whole flower patch, this vase of flowers. I mean, the vase is beautiful. I don't think stitching the vase is going to be all that difficult, backstitching it. You know, in the table and the columns, the easy straight line stitching, or, you know what I'm talking about, that kind of stitching, that doesn't bother me. It's the constant, I'm going to see if I can get into this, so you can see this little, can you see this, or this white flower, and these constant diagonal, it's like they're all diagonal back stitches, and like in circular patterns, and it's just I don't know, taxing on my brain. So whatever. Okay, what do we got next? Sorry, I'm gonna make some more noise. I don't know. I mentioned in my last video that I was gonna try and talk louder if a lot of you couldn't hear me, and I have no idea where the microphone is on this iPad. And so I don't know really where to project my voice. I don't know. I'm trying to talk louder, so I hope that I'm succeeding in that. Alright, so my next whip, I'm going to show you, it's the baby blanket. And I made a good amount of progress on this. I believe that I worked on this, I dedicated a whole stitching day on this one. I believe it may have been a different Saturday in March or February. I don't remember. But I got a lot of this done. I got all of this, so I finished all of this part, and I got all of this done. So I'm making really, if I you know, try really hard, I can get this, at least this panel done, and maybe move on to something else, like take a little break from this before I start the next panel. But I got a lot more progress done on this than I thought that I was going to, and I enjoyed it more than I thought that I was going to. And I think it was because it was just one day. I was like, okay, for this Saturday or whatever, I'm going to work on nothing but this, and let's see how much I can get done. And I knew that I wasn't going to be stitching on it for like another month, so it really wasn't all that bad. Okay. Alright, so let's continue, shall we? I'm going to move this over here. I know that you guys all have these awesome storage systems for your stuff, and I don't. Well, it's awesome to me. I have this bag that I got at Payless Shoes, you know, the shoe store. They were having a buy one, get one half off sale, so I think that I went there to get one of my sons a pair of shoes, and I was like, I'll get myself a bag for half off. So that's where I keep some of my stuff. And I got this little container at Target in the Target dollar section, where you can get things for like $1 or $2. So I got this little basket at Target for, I think it was like $2 or $3. I don't know. I still have the tag on it. I haven't taken the tag off. It was $3. Oh goodness. Alright, so I'll just show you what I have in my little basket here. Excuse me. I'm going to make some noise. Alright, so the first one I'm going to show you is Farm Fresh. I wanted to tell you that a lot of the things that I'm working on, I'm doing for Sal's. Like Paris Market, I'm using that for the Stitch Mania April Showers Brings Me Flowers. And what else am I doing? Oh, I'm going to include flowers in a vase for that as well. And Stitcher's Retreat for the Hate Challenge. And this one is for the Cross Stitch and Discuss Country Cottage Needleworks Sal. So I'm doing Farm Fresh, and let me show you the progress I've made. Oh, I still have some needle and thread in there. Hold on for a second, let me fix that. Okay. So here we have Farm Fresh, and the last time I showed it to you, I think that I just had this part done and maybe this line. I don't think that I had any of this done. So that's the progress I've made on that, and I'm really enjoying this. A lot of times I will work on this when my husband and I are watching a TV show, like here in our bedroom, and I want to stitch while I'm watching TV, but I don't want anything like super difficult where I need to constantly be looking from the fabric to the chart, you know, constantly. And this has a lot of solid blocks of color, like the greens, and now I'm working on the whites. So I'll just be, you know, stitching and watching TV, and I can do that with this piece. So that's usually when I work on this piece, is when we watch TV. And we are really into a TV show called The Americans. I don't know, it's kind of violent, so if you're not into watching violent TV shows, this probably wouldn't be for you. But he really likes it, and he asked me to watch it with him, and so I've been watching it with him, and it's a good show. So that's that. Alright, this next whip is my blue teapot. That's what it will look like. And my last video, I said this was a Jan Lin kit, and it's not. It's Design Works. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. And here is how it looks right now. So I've made a lot of progress. I think that the last time I showed this to you, it was just the center part and maybe a little bit down here, and I filled all of this in, and I filled all of this in, and right now I'm actually working on the back stitching, because I've decided with this I'm going to back stitch as I go, and this is like the center of the teapot. Just hold it up for you so you can see what I'm referring to. Okay, so I'm working on the center of the teapot. So I would like to get all of the back stitching done on this first before I continue to stitch the rest of the teapot. So that's the progress I've made on that, and I really like that. I'm enjoying this project. This project is entered into the Facebook cross stitch. It's fun stitch along for the coffee tea and me, or something like that. Stitch along, I don't know, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Coffee, Tea and Me. Alright, my next web is my Enjoy Wonders of Nature, and I've made a lot of progress on this. So, and you can see I've finished spring, and I think that in my last video I was either working on summer or maybe I had just finished summer. I'm not sure, but I began working into more of the autumn colors, where summer is just turning into autumn, where the leaves are green and they're just starting to turn a little bit yellow, and then we have this beautiful piece of autumn colors. There's beautiful oranges and reds in there, and browns. I just love that. I think that's so pretty. And I know it's a really dramatic color change from this to this, but I'm okay with that, because sometimes that's how autumn is. It's like one minute the leaves look one way, and then the next minute they're all these beautiful shades of orange and red and yellow. Although I live in Florida, so the trees here don't really change colors like they do in the northern states, but we do have a little bit of leaf changing things. I live next to I call it a forest, but it's actually it's like a wildlife preserve, not wildlife, like a woodland preserve or something. It's a very large area of trees that's protected by the state or government or whatever, and sometimes they do in the fall. Sometimes they turn kind of like this red and orange color. So that's that. All right. The next one I'm going to show you is it's called the bookstore, and this is for the challenge on Cross Stitch and Discuss. It's a challenge to finish this, like a book themed project by May 15th, I think. May something. I forget what day. But so that's at the bookstore. Cottage Needleworks, the bookstore. And I have made a tremendous amount of progress on this. So there we go. That's where I am right now. The last time I showed this to you, I just had the bottom part of the bookstore done. And actually, and I had not filled in the books. So I don't know if you can see it, but these little sparkly things, that's the first time I used Krennic. I had mentioned that I bought the DMC Metallics, but I didn't use it. I went to Joann Fabrics and I bought some Krennic, and I really liked it. I know some people don't like stitching with Krennic, but I did. I enjoyed it very much. And I did a little experiment. On this window, I stitched all of the books first, and then the Krennic, to see how it felt and how it looked. And this one I did the Krennic first, and then the rest of the colors. And I liked doing the Krennic first, and then the rest of the colors. I found, for me, it was easier that way. Some other changes I made was the fence. I'm stitching this on white, well, it's kind of like an ivory white linen, and I did this fence and this fence in white, and it just got lost. You just couldn't see it. It didn't look right. So I unpicked the fence, and I was like, I looked at all of the colors in this, and I thought, what color do I think would really be good for a fence in that? And I went with it kind of looks like a pink or red, but it's actually called terracotta, and I think I made a good choice. I really like how the fence looks on that. So now I just have to do this. I just have to fill in this little flower motifs and this white border all around it, but I'm not going to be doing it in white. I'm going to pick a different color. And then there's another floral border around that. So I have two borders to take care of, and these little floral things, and then I will be done. Okay, so that's that. Now, before I show you my next one, I want to make sure there's nothing else. Okay. Okay. All right. So, I'm so excited to show you what I'm about to show you. I think it was in January. It could have been in February. I don't remember. I think it was February. Cross Stitch and Discuss had a gift exchange, and you sign up for the gift exchange, and you're paired up with somebody, and that person, you buy cross stitch related things for that person buys you stuff. And I'm so excited to show you what my exchange partner sent to me. I was so excited. I mean, when I opened this package, I was literally shaking. I was so happy and so excited because it was such a generous gift. And the person who gave it to me, her name is Jean Ann, I think. I don't remember her last name. I'm so sorry. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry I forgot your last name. Hold on for a second. Just a second. Oh my goodness. Let me look at something really quick. What is her name? I don't remember. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. Alright, I'm sorry, Jean. If you're watching this, I'm sorry I forgot your last name. But thank you for getting this for me. She sent to me the on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, this was number 1 on my list. I saw this, I believe I saw this when Cross Stitch Joyle showed this. I had never seen this whip before, this design. I had never seen it before. And as soon as I saw it, it was like one of those moments where as soon as you see something, you know that you have to stitch that. Like, you have to. There's no way on earth that you can't stitch it. And that's how this was with me. I knew as soon as I saw her doing this project, I knew I had to do it. And so it's been on number one on my wish list on 123 Stitch for a long time. But I was going to get it when I was ready to start it. But I didn't have to because Jean so kindly did it for me. But not only did she send this to me, but she sent to me the fabric that comes with it and all of the, what is it, classic color works too. So I got the design, I got the fabric, I got all the threads that I needed for this, and I couldn't not start it. I had to start it. I had to. It was just, I mean, I had it for a couple of days in my stash bag, and then it was just screaming. It was just calling to me. I just couldn't not do it. So I've been working on it just a little bits at a time. And here's where I am so far. So I really haven't made a whole lot of progress. Just half of the bottom of the house, and I'm working on the rest of the house. But oh my, I love this. I love this fabric. The threads are interesting. I'm not going to show them all to you. You've seen them all before. But I'm glad. This is the first time I've stitched with anything from Classic Colorworks. I've never used anything like that before. And so this is a really good learning experience for me for the next time I stitch something that calls for this. I see now which flosses are really variegated and which aren't. Like this blue that I'm stitching the house in, it's like called Blue Jeans or something like that, and it's beautiful, but there isn't really that much variegation in it, and maybe it's supposed to be that way. But anyhow, but this one, Razzleberry, oh my goodness. When I saw this one, no, you cannot. That's okay. Anyhow, I cannot wait until I get to use this, because this has a beautiful variegation in it. And that's going to be really fun to use. Okay, so now I have a lot of wonderful things to show you now that I have acquired, and I am really, 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 really excited to show them to you. And I love it. I love it when you all show stuff that you have gotten and you tell a story as to why you got it. And it's fine. Like, if you get something because it's cute, that's cool too. That's fine. But what I really like is when people say, you know, I saw this design and it reminded me of this, or I saw this design and I had to have it because of this, or this is why I love this design so very much, and then there's a story behind it. I really, really like that. And so there's usually a story, not all the time, there's usually a story behind everything I purchase. And so if I go on and on about the things that I have gotten, that's why I'm doing it, because I like it when you all do it, so I'm going to do it too. So this next thing I'm going to show you is, again, thank you so much to my gift exchange partner, Jean. Not only did she give me that awesome Little House Needleworks Home of a Needleworker, so I got that from 123 Stitch, and she also got this for me from Haid. And this is my most favorite Heaven and Earth design ever, and I cannot wait to stitch this. And when it is so hard for me not to begin this immediately, but I really want to finish Blue Butterfly. I mean, I have Stitcher's Retreat, and I have Blue Butterfly, that's 2 Hades, and I really don't know how I can fit a third one into my rotation with everything else that I have. I really, really, really need to finish something. I'd like to finish Blue Butterfly and begin this immediately after. It is Mini Evergreen, and she is so beautiful. So I'm going to tell you why I love this so much. One of my favorite movies is Somewhere in Time with Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve. I love everything about that movie. I love the setting. I love the set decoration. I love the costumes, the script, the acting, the music, everything about that movie I love. And there's this one part of the movie where Jane Seymour's character is getting her picture taken. And when she's getting her picture taken, she has this look on her face. And then she looks at Christopher Reeve, the man she loves, and then like her whole aspect just changes. And she has this beautiful radiance and this smile on her face. And that's what I see with this picture. That's what this picture reminds me of. I feel that this lady, this girl, this woman is looking at the person she loves the most in the world, and she has this beautiful smile. It's not really coming across. I don't know if you can see her smile in there. But I love it. I love this. And I've already named her. I'm not going to tell you what her name is. Or maybe I should. I've named her, by the way. I know that it says Mini Evergreen on here, but that's not what I'm going to call her. In my eyes, her name is Evangeline. So, FlossTube, meet Evangeline. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Alright. So, I have so much to show you. And I'm already at 47 minutes. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm going to have to talk fast. Oh my goodness. Okay. I found this on Amazon. It was $3.99. I could not pass up that deal. I am so excited that I have this. I've wanted it since the moment I saw it. I think I first saw it, I think it might have been Carolyn's video. Cross Stitch Safari. So excited. I love stitching wild animals, and giraffes are my most favorite animal in the whole world. And the story behind that is when my husband and I were celebrating our very first wedding anniversary, we went to Busch Gardens. It's a theme park here in Florida in the Tampa Bay area. And so we went to Busch Gardens to celebrate our 1-year anniversary, and we got to feed giraffes. And it was the most amazing experience ever. Coming face to face with those magnificent, beautiful creatures and feeding them, and oh my goodness, it was indescribable. It was truly, truly a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And so I just can't tell you how much I love that. And I have a 4-year-old son who loves animals too, and he goes through this book to look at the pictures of the animals. He'll ask me, "Mommy, can I see the animal cross-stitch book?" And I'll pull it out and we'll look at the pictures together. But he really loves these cheetahs. He loves cheetahs. When we still go to Busch Gardens together as a family, and they have a lot of animals there that you would normally see in Africa. And he loves the cheetahs, and he loves, he really loves all animals, so that's why I got that. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you, I got this from 123 Stitch, and I got it because it was really cheap. It was like $3 and change. And I wanted to get, this is funny, I wanted to get some needles, John James needles, and I ended up getting the wrong size, but I didn't want to buy needles for like $3 and change and have to pay shipping, so I got this chart, and it is called the Hoosier Cabinet. Now, why do you think that this interested me so much? Well, I'll tell you. Because I am originally from Indiana. I lived there from birth until I was 8 years old. Then we moved to Florida. And I saw this and I loved it so much. Not only because it is a Hoosier cabinet, but also because I don't know, there's just something about it. It just looks so neat and clean and crisp with all of the different things. I just thought that that was so cool. And I'm going to have a lot of fun stitching that. Okay. Over here. Alright, now, on Cross Stitch and Discuss, there was a swap where you could swap out charts. So if you had a chart that you didn't want anymore, you could post a picture of it, and if somebody wanted it, they could like message you with a picture of something they had to trade in, how you worked something out. So I got this in the swap, and I am so sorry I cannot remember the name of the person who gave this to me. I don't have it with me. Thank you. You know who you are. If you're watching this and you sent this to me, thank you so much. Thank you. In my previous videos, I showed these charts that I got that I really loved. September Gold and Quilts for Sale. I already showed those in one of my other previous videos. The same designer, the same artist, excuse me, has a couple of other designs, and I got them in the swap, and I'm so excited. This one's called Autumn Mist, and I love it. I cannot wait to stitch that. I am so looking forward to that. I can't wait to stitch everything, really. I love what I'm stitching on, and I love what I have to stitch. It's like this balance between what I'm working on now and what I'd like to work on. And here's the next one. It's called Hole in the Barn Door. And another beautiful design from this wonderful artist, Diane Fallon. I'm going to say Phelan. I have no idea how to pronounce your last name, but I love her designs. I love her art. She actually has a Facebook page, this designer, or this artist, Diane. She has a Facebook page, but it's of her actual art that she does, the paintings that she does. Okay, what else do I have? Do I have anything else that I haven't shown before? I think that the rest of the things that I have are just magazines. I'm going to put this one on Mondot Stitches, or Mondot Stitches? What is her name? Is it Mondot Stitches? Or just plain Mondot? I forget. I think it's just Mondot. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. Anyhow, in one of her videos, she showed something from Cross Stitch Gold, and I was like, I had never seen anything from Cross Stitch Gold before, and I was really unfamiliar with that magazine until I saw her show some things from there, and I was hooked. And I already showed you the one issue that I showed last time. So from then until now, I have been on Stash Unload looking for Cross Stitch Gold magazines, and also eBay. So I have five more Cross Stitch Gold magazines now, and I'm not going to show you everything that I love in all of these magazines because that would take forever because I love everything, and I mean, I love these magazines so much. So this one is very high on my to-do list. If I had the fabric and the floss, I would have a hard time not starting this because I am so much in love with that. Look at those colors. How can you not love those colors? I love them. It's just so bright and cheery and happy, and it just puts me in such a good mood looking at those colors. I love it. Love it. This one I got because I thought this was so cool. This with the bike. Let me see if I can show you there we go. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, again, look at those colors. I can't get over it. Okay, really quickly. This one, I thought that this butterfly one was really cool. It's actually a lot of beading, and this might be my first attempt at beading when I get around to doing that. I also like this design down here too. You can see that. I like that. I wouldn't stitch that for myself. I would stitch that for someone else. Like there's somebody else I know that would really love that. This one, I think I've already mentioned to you in my previous video, the ones in here that I really love. This one, definitely going to be doing that one day, and this one too. I really like that. And, oh yes, that. I love that. You have no idea how hard I have so many things that I just want to start now. I just want to start everything I have. All of the projects that I love, I just want to stitch them all right now. And it's like I said, it's this balance between, stitching things that you love right now and that you're stitching now, and, all of these other things that you love. That's probably why some people have like 30, 40, 50 whips, because they start everything, and I just can't bring myself to do that. All right, so what else? Am I over? I am at 58 minutes. Okay, let me look at my list. Okay, whips. Oh, April plans. Just want to really quick share with you my April plans. So, my plans for April: Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, I'm going to either work on Paris Market or Flowers in a Vase. So 1 week, it's going to be Paris Market, the next week, Flowers in a Vase, Monday through Wednesday. Thursday will either be my Paul Vaughn, or I might work on my book, the bookstore, because I need to have that finished by the end of that challenge date. Fridays will either be Blue Butterfly, or I might work on my Stitcher's Retreat, because I really want to have that done by June 15th, and I really need to focus on working on that. And that's, I don't think, all of the other projects are just I'm gonna work on them. I might work on them sporadically here and there, but basically those are the things that I'm going to be focusing on for April. Paris Market, Flowers in a Vase, Stitcher's Retreat, and the bookstore. I really need to focus on those 4. Okay, what else? Oh, yes. I'm over 500 subscribers now, which I am so excited about. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel and who watches and comments. It really means so much to me when you comment. I try very hard when I watch people's videos to comment, and so I really appreciate that. And so I'm going to be doing a giveaway, but I'm not going to give you the details of the giveaway right now, because I'm still working out the details of what I'd like to do. But look for a video from me soon talking about, you know, what I'd like to include in the giveaway and, you know, the details and all of that. And here is a little bit of a here's a little bit of some of the things I'm going to be giving away. There's going to be more than this, but here are some of the things. So I'm going to be giving away, I already have one of these, so I have 2 copies of these, and I'm going to be giving away one of these to someone. I also have this that I'm going to be giving away, and this. This I did not buy, I inherited this. It's Teresa Wensler's The Castle. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, would I ever stitch this? And, you know, I seriously thought about it and considered doing it, but it's just, it's not calling to me. So I know that somebody would like to have this. So this will be included in the giveaway as well. And anything else. I am over an hour again. I'm so sorry. 2 long videos in a row. Okay. Let me check my list. I made a list of, and here it is. Okay. Alright. I just wanted to clarify just a few things. In my previous video, I talked about mirabilia and how I'd like to start one in the near future. I haven't bought any of them yet. And then I was also talking about beading and whether it was, you know, necessary and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to clarify that the reason why I said that is because it's not because I'm intimidated at all by beading. I have never done beading because none of the projects that I've ever worked on calls for beads. And I have not intentionally chosen projects without beads to avoid beading. It just has worked out that way. My stitchy spot is on the couch, and I usually watch movies or TV with my boys, and I don't really have a lot of space near me. To my left is the armrest of the couch. To my right is the middle cushion. I keep all of my stitchy stuff to the right of me, and I don't, logistically speaking, it would be difficult for me to bead in that kind of environment. So if I were to stitch on a project that called for beads, I would have to move my stitchy spot while working on that project to somewhere where I could have a flat surface to hold the beads, and it's just not a priority for me right now to move my stitchy spot to a place that would be easier to bead. But maybe sometime in the future it will be. So, just to clarify, I'm not afraid of beads, I'm not afraid of beading or anything like that. It's just, it would be cumbersome, I guess, is the word. And also, I think that's all I wanted to say. I mean, there are some more things that I'd like to say, but I'm a few minutes past an hour, so if you have watched this whole video, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I've kept you company while you've been stitching or cooking or cleaning your house or doing whatever. Thank you for making FlossTube videos. I love watching them. I love seeing what you're working on. I love seeing what you have bought. I love seeing what you love. I think that that's really cool. And I think it's cool that you are interested in what I'm interested in. So, I think that that's it. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you again. And don't forget to stitch. Oh my goodness, I'm going to mess this up. Love what you stitch and stitch what you love. Take care, everybody. Bye.